easier that you can do it at the last minute, even if I asked you, but okay.
Come on down.
What'd you say you're from? This Jan. Jan was talking about it. I thought she said you could look for it with your phone.
Got one of Jennifer. And then this is they have ones. I guess we're doing this together. Yeah. This is my spot.
Oh, those are wonderful.
I remember back in the beginning.
Yeah, ready. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
First over, number 2. You want to do a break return, or you want to just go right in? What do you think?
There's a bell piece between them.
I mean, the last one. Last one.
Oh,
You cut
I
them
think
off.
just do it. What do you want to do? Just
6,
follow you. Okay, you do what you do.
Let's go just go
7,
through. If I try to overdo it, we'll be not ready.
Safety first.
So we try to do it.
11, 19 now. Division 9. Seven.
Good morning. My name is Ann Richards. I'm the Director of Lifespan Spiritual Growth here at Mount Vernon Unitarian Church, and I have the great good fortune to welcome you to the annual All Music Sunday. plus some poetry. Whether this is your first time with us or you've been here many times, we want you to know that you are welcome, and we are glad to have you. Our church is now offering our Sunday services both in person and virtually. Whether you are here in the chapel or joining us from home, you are welcome. We gather to recommit ourselves to the mission of this church, to support one another in our spiritual journeys, to work for justice, to care for the earth, and to build the common good. It is great to be together. Mount Vernon Unitarian Church is a community dedicated to welcoming the stranger and working for justice and building the beloved community. To that effort, we remember and name the original indigenous inhabitants of this land, the Piscataway, the Powhatan, and the Dogue. And we remember and acknowledge the enslaved people who lived and worked on these lands. Our work to dismantle systems of oppression toward a more and just future continues. We'd like you to know that the board has scheduled a town hall meeting next week, right after the service in this room. They're going to update you on the budget that they are working on. So we hope to see you all next week after the service. I have another date announcement, and that is for June 25th. In a change from our usual practice, we gather for a social time at 10 a.m., so the service is flipped. And then we're going to follow that by a community viewing of the service from the UUA General Assembly. That is a real treat, and I hope that you'll come and watch that. The service is a highlight of the year for UUs with great preaching and music, true, and tens of thousands of UUs watching together around the world. This is also Pride Month, the month where the rest of the nation acknowledges what we know to be true and celebrate every day. Because it is Pride Month, I want to tell you about some of the things that we have upcoming. Starting on June 18th, we're going to have an informational table about all things LGBTQ+, and this is sponsored by our youth program. I know, isn't that cool? We're also offering Adult OWL, which includes LGBTQ material, but it's so much more than that. And if you haven't taken this human sexuality course as an adult, I highly recommend you do it. It's going to be on Monday nights. Save the date. Our own Glenn Sheffield is leading, so I hope to see you there. In our service, we take 1 minute to greet one another, and especially anyone you don't know well. In this COVID era, I ask that you not shake hands, but wave and say hi, and I'll ring the chimes to bring us back together. And if you are at home, you may do the same by using the chat box. Oh, you may begin. Where's the chime? Okay.
We begin our service with an introit by our music program. I give you these opening words in honor of Pride Month, A Protest and a Party by my colleague, the Reverend Hannah Roberts-Villeneuve. People sometimes ask, is Pride a protest or a party? And the answer is, of course, yes. And why not? Why not rejoice as we resist, dance as we demand change, celebrate as we create community that delights in all of who we are? So bring all of that with you this morning. Bring your policy demands, bring your glitter, bring your Supreme Court broken heart, bring your rainbow socks, bring the emptiness you feel for our siblings gone too soon. Bring your Gloria Estefan remix, bring your tender hope for change, bring your most garish eyeshadow, bring your spirit tattered and battered by a world that seems insistent on choosing fear and hate. Gather up all these things and bring them here to a place where we don't have to shoulder these burdens or celebrate these joys alone. Come, let us worship together. I invite you to rise, embody your spirit, and sing joyfully with us, number 36, When in Our Music.
Our music, God is
remain standing as we unite our voices in the covenant of this community in your order of service. Love is the teaching of this church. The quest of truth its daily task, and service is its prayer. To seek together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve life in community, to the end that all souls shall grow in harmony. This is our covenant with each and with all. Please be seated.
This is the time in our service when we have a story for all ages. And I'm wondering if we have some friends who would like to come and sit here in front of the front row so they can see a little better. Do we have friends here? Actually, Orla and Burin, if you wouldn't mind coming up and sitting in front of the candles just for a little safety, That would be appreciated. Go ahead and sit down right there. Actually, sit down right in front of the candles. You see what I'm saying? No, other side. Thank you. Between wigglers and candles. Thank you. Great. So, you know what the theme of the music service today is? Friendship. I am wondering how many of you have friends. I better see a lot of hands. Oh my gosh, you people, come on. There we go. I'm glad that you all have friends. And I hope that some of your friends are right here with you right now. I'm wondering, what kind of things do you and your friends do together? What kind of things do you like to do? Who has an idea of something? Yes, Zach. Hanging around, like on the playground, like upside down on the bars. I hear you guys like to swing. Is that true? Do you like to play on the swings together on the playground? That's what I hear the choir does, yeah. Linnea. Say it again, honey. Oh, just play with your friends. I love that. That is the most fun thing. Sometimes you just end up talking. Fiona? Are you guys ever silly and make jokes all the time? I've heard that about the choir. What about Linnea? I see she has her hand up. Oh no, Delilah, I'm sorry, sweetie. You like to make a cake. Anybody here having a potluck after this?
Yes.
With lots of cake? It sounds like friends like to do a lot of things together, yes. Playing games, all kinds of games. I hope all of you have been to one of our game nights because it's a blast. One more. Is that Ryan? Yes, Ryan. You play with your dad. How nice. How nice. Did any of you play with your dads? Yeah? Guess what? The choir has a song about things that they do with friends. And they're going to sing it right now, and they've got some gestures so you can see the kinds of things that they like to do with their friends. And what I would like to do, yes, singing is one of those things. What I would like to do is have you listen carefully and look at the gestures and count the number of things that you've done with your friends, the same as our choir. Take it away, Jane.
Happiness is writing a letter, reading a postcard, your friend and mine. Happiness is going to choir, meeting a pal for the very first time. Happiness is playing with friends in your own school band, and happiness is walking hand in hand. Happiness is sharing some ice cream, knowing a secret, just you and me. Happiness is giving a present, pushing a rope swing high as can be. Happiness is being with friends every now and then, and happiness is seeing them again. Happiness is morning and evening, daytime and nighttime too. For happiness is family and anyone at all that's loved by you. Happiness is being like sisters, sharing a sandwich, getting along. Happiness is singing together when the day is through. And happiness is those who sing with you. Happiness is morning and evening, daytime and nighttime too. For happiness is family and anyone at all that's loved by you.
Come now to the morning offering. At this time, Mount Vernon Unitarian Church asks each of us to show our spiritual and material generosity. Each week we share our plate with a charitable organization that you, our members, have chosen. All this month, the offering is being shared with Rising Hope, which supports and empowers people experiencing food insecurity and homelessness all along the Route 1 corridor. I invite you to contribute whatever you are most comfortable with to Rising Hope and to our church community. If you're writing a check for the offering, please make it to MVUC, and in the memo line you can indicate what it is for. You can also go to our website to give directly, of course. We are grateful for your donation. During the offering, you're welcome to come forward and light a candle of joy or sorrow. And now will the ushers please come forward for the morning offering. I invite us all to take a moment to prepare for our time of silent reflection, followed by spoken words. So please, take a deep breath and join me in the silence. Our words today come from the Reverend Richard S. Gilbert. They're called Thanks Be for These. For the sound of bow on string, of breath over reed, of touch on keyboard. For slants of sunlight through windows, for shimmering shadows on snow, for the whisper of wind on my face. For the smooth skin of an apple, for the caress of a collar on my neck. For the prickling of my skin when I am deeply moved, for the pounding of my heart when I run, for the peace of soul at day's end, for familiar voices and family rites, for the faces of friends and laughter and tears, for the tender human arms that hold me, for the flashes of memories that linger, the mysterious moments that beckon, for the particularity of this instant, for the silence of moonlit nights, for the sound of rain on my roof, of wind and dry leaves, of waves caressing the shore, for the softness of summer breezes, for the crispness of autumn air, for dark shadows on white snow, for the resurrection of spring, for the faithful turning of the seasons, for angular leafless trees, for gentle hills rolling in the distance, for meandering streams seeking an unseen sea, for cornstalks at stiff attention, for brittle plants bristling past their prime, for unharvested gardens returning plants to enrich the soil, for the sight of familiar faces, the sound of our spoken names, the welcoming embrace of outstretched arms, for the ritual of friendship, reminding us we matter. Thanks be for these.
Listen.
A reading from the poet Adam Zajewski, translated by Claire Kavanaugh. This is called Impossible Friendships. For example, with someone who no longer is, who exists only in yellowed letters, or long walks beside a stream whose depths hold hidden porcelain cups, and the talks about philosophy with a timid student or the postman, a passerby with proud eyes whom you'll never know. Friendship with this world, ever more perfect, if not for the salty smell of blood. The old man sipping coffee in San Lazar, who reminds you of someone. Faces flashing by in local trains, the happy faces of travelers, headed perhaps for a splendid ball or a beheading. And friendship with yourself, since after all, you don't know who you are. And so ends our reading.
Sometimes friendship includes saying goodbye, as we just indicated. I'd like to read this from E.B. White's Charlotte's Web. "Why did you do all this for me?" he asked. "I don't deserve it. I've never done anything for you." "You have been my friend," replied Charlotte. "That in itself is a tremendous thing. I wove my webs because I liked you. After all, what's a life anyway? We're born, we live a little while, we die. A spider's life can't help being something of a mess with all this trapping and eating flies. By helping you, perhaps I was trying to lift up my life a trifle. Heaven knows anyone's life can stand a little of that." "Well," said Wilbur, "I'm no good at making speeches. I haven't got your gift for words. But you have saved me, Charlotte, and I would gladly give my life for you. I really would."
Part is Parcel by Mark Bellatini. I am part of you, O truth unfolding. I am part of you. I am part of a cosmos I cannot see either its edge or its end. How amazing. I am part of a galaxy of 1,000,000 billion stars. They say it's a pinwheel. How wonderful. I am a part of a system of planets that swing around a small parent star. How strong the hands of invisible gravity must be to hold it all together just so. I am part of a planet, green and blue, along with mountains and seas, sponges and spores, lichen and lava, robins and rain, periwinkles and perch, centipedes and cities. How great the variety. How astonishing the mutual dependence of it all. I am part of a species that belongs to a grouping of animals called mammalia. And so is every other human being, equally so. I'm part of a political unit called a nation. There are many nations, each of them dear, in many ways, to their local citizens. I am part of a family with an ethnicity, practice, and love in the form of food, rooted in the mountains of Emilia. Others know other roots, other practices. I am a part of a circle of friends, rooted not in ethnicity or food, but in simple, redemptive love. I'm part of a climate region, part of a state, part of a city, part of a neighborhood, part of a congregation, and part of a staff. And with you, I am part and parcel of this moment. This simple silence, which lasts just but a few breaths, and then is gone forever. But like cosmos, galaxy, planet, species, nation, climate, city, neighborhood, family, and circles of friendship, it is precious, a present for which I give thanks. Please rise in body or spirit.
Ann?
What?
Just,
okay.
You've been so kind to stay. I won't lengthen this. We're going to cut the hymn to make it easier. I wanted to thank everyone that had anything to do with Music Sunday at all. The minister, Ann, Reverend Schmidt, thank you, Ann. Sound tech has been very busy. Chris Clark and his friends from the military. And Joey, Eric, and Yvonne, our rocks every week. So. And we'll only have one postlude too. So we'll go right to the extinguishing the chalice, and then Laura's song. Choir, would you stand?
We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. And for our benediction today, I urge you to keep a song in your hearts.
Keep a song in your heart. You never know when you might need one. To sing inside to yourself or sing out to someone else. Keep a song in your heart.